This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto on the Digital Sportscentre presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar. And let's start with a question sure to anger the entire country outside of Toronto. Are the Leafs the best team in hockey? Yes, I know you're wondering, don't you think you're asking for it? Yes, I do. And yes, I am. Yeah, we know looking at the standings, the Vegas, Washington, Winnipeg, and Minnesota are slightly ahead of them when it comes to the league's best records. But let's add some nuance to this conversation and not just look at the standings, because they are currently the hottest team in hockey, riding a 4-game win streak, tied with Detroit for longest in the NHL. But what has us thinking this Leafs team could be different is that, yeah, they're having this monster year as they're hitting the halfway point, but have done the majority of it without Austin Matthews, who's only played 26 of the Leafs' 41 games. And in the 2 games since he's returned to the lineup, he's been on fire, putting up a goal and 4 assists in those games. Now, as for tonight, the Leafs are in Philly, taking on a Flyers team they just beat on Sunday, and a team that's been on the road since December 23rd, which was Festivus, so I guess they didn't air out their grievances or they'd be doing a little better. A 6-game road trip that saw them go to California and Vegas, and now they return home for a second straight against the Leafs. I'm just loving this fire streak from the Leafs. The weekend was dynamic. I'm looking forward to continuing this throughout the week. The long wait finally ended last night. As for the first time since March 1st, 2024, BBQ took the court together. Only, it was the Raps getting cooked, as they were smoked by the Bucks last night. Oh no, is it another barbecue joke? And for those hoping that the 3 core Raptor players finally getting some playing time together might push them out of the basement, well, think again. I'm talking to myself here. Because as we've said before, that's not really what you want anyway. The Raps have the 4th worst record in the NBA right now, but actually have more losses than 2 of the 3 teams below them. And since early December, they put on a masterclass on how to lose games. They are a league worst 1-13 since December 5th, with that 1 win coming against lowly Brooklyn. And the offense has been bad, as they're 28th in scoring and 24th in field goal and 3-point percentage. But on defense, it gets even worse. And I kid you not, this is gonna get pretty ugly. So if you're watching with young Raptors fans, please tell them to look away. Since December 5th, the Raptors have the worst defensive rating in the association, 2nd worst in field goal percentage and 3-point percentage. And opponents are getting to the stripe 25.5 times a game. Also good for dead last in the NBA. Seeing numbers like that, it's no shocker that our friends at Fanduel have their in-season win total at 22.5, with heavy juice on the under. Well, I was kind of optimistic that 2025 would be the year of the Raptor, but maybe I was right. It's just the year of the Raptor bottoming out, and that's okay too, right? We can celebrate that. L. Time now for my favorite segment, and yours, that we love sports today.
Why we love sports today.
And as depressing as these winter months can be, at least it's ODR season, and the beauty of this one can brighten anyone's day. Oh, wow. Holy smokes, this is Switzerland? Okay, Switzerland also on the list. This is stunning. It's Tuesday. So it's time to predict the future with our FanDuel Anytime Goal Scorer bet. This might be one of our most random yet because we're loaded with games. But we're going to that Blue Jackets Pens game, and you're probably thinking that we're probably going to go with Crosby or Malkin or Marchenko. But instead, we're going to go with local favorite Michael Bunting, who's plus 250 to score against the Blue Jackets. The former Leaf is buzzing lately with 5 goals in his last 6 games, while averaging over 17 minutes of ice time in that span. And if you needed more convincing, he's playing in the top power play unit, and on the second line with Malkin. So he's really making the most of these opportunities right now. The Penguins have won 7 of their last 8 on home ice, and over that stretch, they've scored a total of 36 goals, which is 4.5 a game. So let's expect a lot of goals and potentially Bunting having one of them. You know how much I love Bunting on this show. I'm trying not to be a homer here, but Michael Bunting forever. That's it for me today. We'll see you back tomorrow at 3 Eastern. New Pacific. Have a good one.